alleviating hunger on Triad Today. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad Today, coming to you once again from the Senior Botanical Garden in Kernersville. We'll tell you more about them later on, and later on is when the roundtable shows up. You don't want to miss that, or maybe you do, but I hope you won't. Anyway, a lot we're going to cover on this program, and where we want to start, and not just start, but focus on, and for much of the program, is the problem of hunger in general and specific to this area as well. Three very special guests who help us with this topic every year about this time. Eric Aft, the CEO of Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina, and the Daggett Shuler guys are here, both attorneys from Daggett Shuler, and we welcome all three of you. Good to see you.
Hey, Jim.
Good to see you.
Eric, I'm going to spend a couple minutes with you first. Just remind everybody what the mission of the food bank is, the geographical area you cover. How many people do you serve? Give us the stats on that.
You got it. Well, we focus on the immediate challenge of hunger as well as its root causes. In the 18 counties of Northwest North Carolina, we often say from Boone to Burlington to Statesville to the Virginia line. And we're very proud to support a huge network of 515 programs across that region that are on the front lines every single day.
Wow. Now, let's make sure people also understand, and you and I do this once a year or so, just to sort of remind people that people don't come to your office and get food. This is although you help, thousands and thousands of people. Talk about the agencies and that you work with.
That's exactly right. We are basically the wholesaler. In most situations, we actually do some direct distributions as well, but our retail locations are really, again, our partners. Our 515 different types of programs, mainly food pantries when we think about churches or nonprofits, community-based organizations where people go and get direct assistance, but also soup kitchens and congregate meal sites, and then also after-school programs for kids.
Right.
And senior meal programs.
Right. And now I mentioned a minute ago, let me circle back to when I was asking the first question. I said, in a typical year, Eric, well, let me go back to that. Because since the pandemic, we haven't had a typical year. So tell me how the need, how's the hunger problem been during and coming out of the pandemic? What's the need been for food?
Yeah, it's been a difficult year, multiple years for all of us. And, during the height of the pandemic, we've been so fortunate for the community rallying. There's a lot of government resources out there also to assist in our work and in other ways as well. Coming out of the pandemic, a lot of things stopped. The government assistance decreased, multiple benefits for families, and then inflation hit us all. So actually, in this current environment, over the past 9 months, it has been more challenging for us than it really has been over the past 2 or 3 years.
Is there a percent, I don't want to put you on the spot, is there a percentage increase you've seen, like from a normal year, like 2019 or whatever, to now, or during the, what's the increase in?
Well, to give you an idea, over the first 9 months that we have statistics for the year, we have seen almost double-digit increases every single month. A couple months we were level, but we've seen 7, 8, 9% every month, and that's additive.
Right.
So, we are seeing real challenges among our partners.
David, how long have you and Griff and your team at Daggett Shuler been involved in, let's say, community food drives?
I would like to say forever, and that's not much of an exaggeration. I remember helping with those, back when I was a student, and it's kind of a little bit in our DNA to help with this. The amazing thing about the Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina is I don't think the average person, the average listener, has any idea how big and how complicated and the logistics in just what they do in our area.
It's like Eric has to run this army of food.
It is an army.
Griff, before time runs out on this particular segment, I was curious, you and David, I know personally, get asked a lot of things and to help a lot of groups, and you do help a lot of groups and individuals throughout the community. Why is the food bank so high on your list?
I think one of the things is that with our law firm, we're trying to have care and respect for injured and disabled people that are in need. And the food bank and Second Harvest Food Bank is meeting people where they need things. And so I think that's one of the things, it's something that we see every day with our own clients, people that are struggling, people that have had the impact of inflation on their lives, all the external things, and then they have an accident or they're not able to work, and it's even worse. And being able to meet the needs of the less fortunate in our community is invaluable, and that's something that really resonates with David and me.
Yeah, you and David help a lot of people in crisis, and Eric helps a lot of people who have like a chronic crisis almost. It's a similar thing. Hey, look, we're going to go more into depth in some of these things in just a few minutes, but let me just put this up on screen. Second Harvest, NWNC.org is a website that you can get more information on, and you can also, if you need the guys at Daggett Shuler, DaggettShulerLaw.com, or you can call 336-724-1234. We will continue this right after this break.
Need help buying food? Everyone needs help sometimes. Food Nutrition Services may be able to help you buy food and free up your money for other expenses, such as utilities and medicine. To receive F&S assistance, households must meet income limits. You may be able to get assistance even if you own a home, car, land, property, or have a retirement plan or money in the bank. Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina team members can help you with the application process over the phone. To receive help or if you have any questions, call 336-422-7758.
Back now on Triad Today as we continue our discussion about alleviating hunger in this area with Eric Aft, David Daggett, and Griff Shuler. Eric, you have something called a mobile pantry going on. What's that all about?
Yeah, we're very excited. United Healthcare helped us to create a mobile unit that we're going to be able to bring fresh vegetables and produce out to neighborhoods often referred to as food deserts. But also we're coupling that with our nutrition team who will help educate people about how do you use those fresh vegetables, how do you use things to kind of create healthier recipes for your family.
I think that's great. And very quickly remind folks, how bad is the childhood hunger situation?
Yeah, and with that mobile unit, we're going to be able to do things with kids in that way. And unfortunately, 1 in 7 of our kids face food insecurity in our region. So when you think about a classroom of kids, that's a lot of kids.
You know, Griff, you and David have worked a lot with kids in the Safe Sober program, but I'm specifically thinking about backpacks and other things where you get them ready for school, you get them prepared.
Right.
Eric's now alluding to things in ways the food bank helps kids get prepared for life. It's not just now solving a food problem, but it helps them in the future and the community, right?
Exactly, and I think that helping our young people has been very, very important for David and me. And I think when you're able to get and help kids when they're in need, that's really something that we should all get around as a community. If we can't get around our young people, particularly young people that aren't having the food they need, then what can we get involved with? What can we do if we're not going to do that?
David, one thing I want to ask you about is how important is it for businesses to get involved in some way with the food bank?
Well, it's tremendously important for businesses because the ironic part is if you stay secluded in the business world, it looks like everybody's doing pretty well. And in our area, it's ironic that we have this food desert. Well, we're in a nice office building and things are going
People
well.
don't believe it with the city of the arts and all that stuff.
In the businesses partnering with the Second Harvest Food Bank, we can be a bridge that addresses those issues. And, we're all little dots, and Eric connecting these dots helps us all do better.
Important for guys like this and other businesses to help out, right?
Absolutely. It's creating those connections. We can all make a difference around a childhood hunger or hunger overall in our community. So we need everybody pulling together so we can make that difference.
I refer to this generally as the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's and all that. So I guess my last question to you, Eric, is what are some ways, other than what we've discussed, that people can help donate or help support the food bank?
Well, I think they can come volunteer, they can make donations, they can also help do food drives in their neighborhood or with their faith organizations. Just any way to really make a difference in the life of a family is, whatever they're called to do, they should take action around it.
Quickly, I wanted to add, we got a food drive going on in our office right now, and you mentioned donations. There's a donation on top of that.
So thank you guys.
Hey, good job. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Invite other businesses small part, large part, join in because it makes our community better. It makes the future better for all of us.
Absolutely. Up on screen. For more information, Second Harvest, NWNC.org, refers to Northwest North Carolina. Check that out. And if you need the services of these gentlemen behind me, Daggett, ShulerLaw.com, or you can call 724-1234. Guys, thanks for all you do, collectively, individually. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Good
it.
job. All right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.